Namaste, very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session, I'm gonna show you how to build a web SMS application using Sparrow API in Laravel. Probably Sparrow is the best API to send SMS to Ansel and Namaste subscribers. If you really want to build SMS system in your website, then watch my video till the end. To get started, you should have an IDE and a Laravel installed in your machine. I have already installed Laravel in my machine and I'm using Sublime as my IDE. So before we write our code, let's have a look to the Sparrow SMS API documentation. So here in the screen I have shared the documentation. You can see there are two methods, post method and then get method. So either you can use post or get method, that depends upon your choice. So what you need to look here is the end URL, that is the URL from where we will send our SMS request, and moreover that we need to know these four parameters: token, from, to and text. So token is a unique parameter that you can generate from your cPanel given by the Sparrow SMS. You can see over here I have already generated one token, so you can generate another more tokens. For that you have to simply click in this generate token button to create the new token. So here you can give a title. So after that you can give allowed IPs. If you give just a wildcard, this asterisk wildcard, that means all the IPs are allowed it. Okay, so I will copy this token. Okay, let's come back to our code. So from, what is the from? So from is a unique identity that is given to you by the Sparrow SMS itself. So you need to use this identity while creating a HTTP query. And to is all the phone numbers, all the mobile numbers that you are going to send the message, and this multiple mobile numbers are separated by the comma, or simply say this two holds the comma separated mobile numbers. So that's all about that. And text is the actual message you are going to send in your SMS. So it will hold the actual message. Okay, so I will prefer the post method rather than the get method. So the every fields are as it is. There is no any changes in the fields. So only the method is changed, either use get or post, and it uses the crawl method. And as a crawl is a library that lets you to make a HTTP request, so we will use a crawl in our coding. Okay, let's begin our coding. So first of all I will create a controller. So that will be our SMS controller, and I will create a controller within my controller folder. So from my command line interface, you can make it from your you can make it from the Sublime itself, but I prefer here. So PHP artisan make controller SMS controller. Now controller created successfully. So this is the basic architecture with the controller. So I will create one method. Let's say compose. I will create a one method. Let's say compose public function compose. Now over here I will return a view from where we will compose the message. So this view will hold a form with a text area where you will write a message that need to be sent in your SMS. Okay, so let's create a view for this. Before that, let's create a web. Okay, so we don't need this. I will comment it and I will write my own code. Route get let's say, yeah, that is a route. So simply for route I'm going to create a route SMS controller at the rate the method name. What is our method name? That is the compose. That's all. we are done over here. Now the next step, that is to create a view. So I will create a view, file name, and that is, the view name is composer.blade.php. Our file name should followed by blade.php, as we are using a Blade engine in Laravel. So now I will write some HTML codes over here. Okay, let's do it. HTML. Oops. That is HTML. Okay, that's all. Now we will follow Bootstrap. So I am using a class, Bootstrap class, that is always has a container. Okay, now I need a Bootstrap libraries. So I will download from the Bootstrap. Here I have already opened in my browser. Okay, now let's go to home and download. Better I will use CDN. So I have copied the CDN and I'll just paste below the title. Okay, let's some formatting. Now I need a form here to create a message. Okay, let's again get back to the Bootstrap and get the form. I'll search for a form. Okay, we can use this first one. Okay, I will copy this form and simply paste over here. Let's do some formatting. I didn't need this email address. Instead of this, we will need a mobile number. So our label will have a mobile number. This small section we don't need it, and I need a text, not email, and must have a name attribute, that is a mobile number, and then I didn't need this password, that will be a message. I think you people better know HTML. Text area, class is form control, Bootstrap class, and let's give a name attribute, that is message, and we don't need this. Okay, that is our form. Some more things we need to add. Method, that is post, and action, let's say route. What we can write over here, but let's say SMS is send.sms, and CSRF token field, we need this field since we are using the post method. We need this field in Laravel. Now we'll create this route. Since we are using post method, I have to write here post, our URL, that will be the send/sms, and then controller, SMS controller, and then method name @send SMS. I will use a camel case over here, and then name send.sms. Okay, that's all. Here I have already used send SMS. Okay, now we'll go back to the SMS controller. Now I'm going to create one more method, that is send SMS. Just now we have created route. Now we need to inject a request class. We need all the data we have requested. We have send. Okay, let's give a try. Oops, PHP artisan serve. Okay, here is the form, mobile number and message. Let's type some mobile number 1234. It's just a dummy data. So hello dude, and submit. Okay, we have successfully submitted the form. Let's get back to the code. In my send SMS method, okay, let's check this request. What we are getting in our request. Let's refresh the page. Continue. Okay, here we have got it. Okay, attributes of oops, not in attributes, it's in request parameters. Okay, here that's the mobile number and the message. So this we need to send to the SMS gateway, SMS API. Okay, So here I am using this PHP function already given in the documentation. Just I'll copy it and then paste over here in my code, in my send SMS method. Okay, now this fields token from to text, I will better prefer to make a one file in my config folder. Let's create it. Let's give a name sms.php, and I will return a array over here with some parameters, some array indexing values that will be as our config. First is a URL. I'll paste that URL here from this one URL, the ind URL, the API URL from where we will call we will send our message. And next the token, the unique token. I have already shown you this token. I will copy this for security reason. This asterisk I have not replaced the asterisk. Later on I will replace this asterisk. That means when you write a token, when you create a token, there should not be any asterisk. And then finally the from. So from is a unique number given by API that will be let's learn together. Okay, these are my config files of SMS, and I will simply use this config file over here. So first in token, okay, this URL I'll replace it. First in token, that is config SMS dot token. Similarly for from, config SMS dot from. Okay, and then 2 is our mobile number, request mobile number, that is from our request, this request parameter mobile number, use that. And then message, okay, we need to construct this message. I will use a variable message equals to hello, and then I will prefer a line break, so I am having a line break here. Then I will concat this, okay, not this semi, I have to remove this. Yes, I will remove the semicolons and concat it with a message. You have a message. Okay, then I will concat the actual message. Again I will have here line break and then actual message, request message, and semicolon. Okay, that's all. That is the message we have just copied it. That's all. Okay, I'll replace this with message, and then finally I have a URL to be replaced. Okay, this is config, and then SMS dot URL. Okay, now we are done. I think we can have a look. Okay, now before we will have a look, I think we have to handle this status code. Okay, let's handle this status code. So if status code equals to double equals to 200 means that is a successful response. So return with a success message, return to a page with a success message. So I'm going to redirect to a page. Let's create a route for the page. Let's say response SMS dot response with message. Let's give a success message. SMS what will be the message? SMS send send successfully. Yeah. Now I will just copy this for the else section. If there is error, then we will have error, and then let's type this message: error while sending SMS. Please try later. Okay, that's all. Now we'll create this route get SMS/response, and now our controller SMS controller, and method @ let's say SMS response. Okay, I'm using the camel case over here again. Name, let's give this name. I've just pasted over here SMS.response. Okay, we have created a route for that. Now create a method. Now let's create a method for it. Public function SMS response, and then simply return the view. I will return a view over here. So return view and SMS response. Okay, that's all. Now I have to create this SMS response view. Okay, so where I'll create it? I'll create in the view, in my view, within my view folder. So new file SMS response.blade.php. We have created this one file. Now I'll just copy this and then paste over here. We don't need this form section. I'll replace it with the message. So if session success, else, and if success, then we'll have a success message. We'll print the success message. So class will be alert, and then alert success. It's a Bootstrap class. So you people are familiar with Bootstrap. I hope so. Session success, and then similarly for the error message alert danger with the value error. Okay, that's all. I think we are done. I have not saved this. I will save this file. Let's try it from the beginning. I will give some mobile number 9841, and then for security reason I will just place it this. Later I will replace this, and then hello dude, let's learn together. Okay, that's all. Now I will click the submit button. So after pressing the submit button, the message should send successfully. So that is the only thing we need to press out. Yeah. So I will press this button. Now message sent successfully. So we have sent our message successfully. So at my mobile I can see this message being generated. Yeah, there is a message with the value, the content. So you can see this message in my mobile. Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. So if you find my video useful, then please subscribe and like my channel.